For patients following GLP-1 medications, Eli Lilly's newest obesity drug is not only a pharmaceutical development. It could change what patients expect from medical weight loss treatment. Eli Lilly announced positive top-line Phase 3 results from Triumph-1 on May 21, 2026. The trial tested retatrutide in adults with obesity or overweight with at least one weight-related health condition, but without diabetes. For patients, the immediate answer is that retatrutide is not available yet. It remains investigational and is not FDA-approved. The results matter because the highest dose produced an average body weight reduction of 28.3% over 80 weeks, a level of weight loss that could influence patient expectations, insurer debates, and the competitive future of obesity treatment. The patient impact begins with treatment options. Many people using GLP-1 medications are already navigating insurance limits, out-of-pocket costs, drug availability, and uneven treatment response. Some patients lose a significant amount of weight. Some plateau. Some stop because of side effects. Some never get access at all. Retatrutide enters that landscape because it appears to push weight loss results beyond current leading drugs. Existing leading GLP-1 therapies have generally been reported to produce around 15% to 20% weight loss. In Triumph-1, retatrutide reached 28.3% average weight loss at the 12 mg dose. That does not mean every patient would lose that amount. It does not mean the drug is approved. It does not mean access will be easy. It means the next stage of obesity medicine may be moving towards stronger treatment effects with consequences for patients. Triumph-1 enrolled 2,339 adults. The trial evaluated retatrutide as a once-weekly injection. The medication differs from Wegovy and Zepbound because it targets 3 hormone receptors: GLP-1, GAP, and glucagon. Wegovy targets GLP-1. Zepbound targets GLP-1 and GIP. Retatrutide adds glucagon receptor activity. The research suggests this triple receptor approach may contribute to greater weight loss. The company reported results showed average weight loss of 19% at 4 mg, 25.9% at 9 mg, and 28.3% at 12 mg. Placebo weight loss was 2.2%. For patients, the practical meaning is direct. If these results hold up through full review and regulatory evaluation, retatrutide could offer a stronger medical option for people who need obesity treatment. Stronger treatment also raises harder questions. If a drug produces larger average weight loss, more patients may want it. Patients who plateaued on current medications may ask about switching. People who were considering bariatric surgery may ask whether medication could get them closer to that level of outcome. Doctors may face more questions from patients comparing retatrutide with the treatment they're already taking. The issue is larger than Eli Lilly. The company is not the center of the patient story. Access is. For patients, the question is not whether a drug wins a market race. The question is whether better clinical results translate into real access. A medication can produce impressive trial numbers, but if it is not approved, not covered, not affordable, or not tolerated, its practical impact is limited. Retatrutide remains investigational. No price has been announced. No coverage decision exists. No commercial launch date has been announced. Lilly has indicated it intends to pursue regulatory submission after successful completion of remaining studies, but the current status is still preliminary. That distinction matters. The May 21st announcement is based on company-reported top-line Phase 3 data. A full peer-reviewed publication was not identified in the research. The headline numbers are important, but the full dataset, subgroup details, and longer-term analysis still matter. The central finding remains significant. At the 12 mg dose, participants lost an average of 70.3 pounds over 80 weeks, and 45.3% of participants achieved at least 30% body weight loss. Nearly half of patients on the highest dose reached at least 30% weight loss. That level is often discussed in comparison with bariatric surgery outcomes. Multiple reports and analysts made that comparison. But the point requires caution. This was a clinical trial, not real-world access, and not proof that every patient will experience the same outcome. For people living with obesity, the significance is not abstract. A larger treatment effect could change what patients believe is medically possible. It could change conversations in exam rooms. It could change whether medication is viewed as a long-term tool for serious obesity treatment rather than a temporary weight loss aid. The trial also included extension data. Among participants with a baseline BMI of at least 35 who remained on 12 milligrams, average weight loss reached 30.3% at 104 weeks, or about 85 pounds. That matters because plateau is a common concern with obesity medications. Patients often want to know whether weight loss stops, whether it continues, and what happens over time. The extension data suggested continued weight reduction beyond 80 weeks in that subgroup. That finding applies to the reported subgroup and should not be generalized beyond the data. The healthcare effect is that physicians may eventually have another tool for patients with more severe obesity or for patients who did not get enough benefit from existing treatment. The patient impact is that more treatment options could mean more hope for people who have exhausted other options. It could also mean more pressure on insurance systems already struggling with the cost of GLP-1 coverage. That remains one of the unresolved tensions in the story. No price has been announced for Retatrutide. No reimbursement decisions exist. The research identifies access and cost as major concerns. If demand is high, insurers, employers, and healthcare plans may face difficult decisions about who qualifies, how long coverage lasts, and what patients must pay. For patients, those decisions could determine whether Retatrutide becomes a real treatment option or another medication that exists on paper but remains out of reach. The industry impact also matters because it can indirectly affect patients. Lilly already sells Zepbound. Novo Nordisk sells Wegovy. If Retatrutide exceeds the weight loss levels associated with both, it could intensify competition in obesity treatment. Reuters reported that Retatrutide's results exceeded weight loss levels generally associated with current leading therapies, creating the unusual possibility that Lilly's next obesity drug could compete with its own current market leader. For patients, competition can sometimes lead to more options. More options do not automatically mean lower prices or easier access. Coverage policies, supply, regulatory decisions, and physician guidance all shape whether patients benefit. Safety questions also remain. In Triumph-1, about 11% of patients receiving 12 milligrams discontinued treatment because of adverse events. Earlier studies raised concerns about dysesthesia or abnormal skin sensations. Reuters reported that dysesthesia occurred at 20.9% in earlier data and 12.5% in Triumph-1. Those findings do not erase the efficacy results. They matter because medication decisions are never only about how much weight a drug can produce. They are also about whether patients can tolerate treatment, whether side effects interfere with daily life, and whether the benefit outweighs the risk for a specific person. For healthcare providers, the conversation cannot be reduced to one number. A 28.3% average weight loss result is important. Prescribing decisions still require medical judgment, patient history, side effect monitoring, and long-term follow-up. For families and household budgets, the unanswered questions are as important as the trial results. If Retatrutide is eventually approved, patients may ask whether insurance will cover it. Employers may ask how much coverage would cost. Health plans may ask which patients qualify. People paying out of pocket may ask whether the medication is financially possible. None of those answers are available yet in the research. The clinical data are promising, but the access picture is not settled. The timeline shows how quickly this field is moving. In June 2023, the Triumph Obesity Phase 3 program was registered on clinicaltrials.gov. In 2023 and 2024, Phase 2 studies generated unusually large weight loss results and raised expectations around Retatrutide. On December 11, 2025, Lilly announced Triumph 4 results in obesity and knee osteoarthritis, reporting up to 28.7% weight loss at 68 weeks and significant improvements in osteoarthritis pain. On March 19, 2026, Lilly announced Transcend T2D 1 results in type 2 diabetes, reporting A1C reductions between 1.7% and 2% and up to 16.8% weight loss in people with type 2 diabetes. On May 21, 2026, Lilly released the Triumph-1 top-line obesity results. The pattern is important. Retatrutide is part of a broader Phase 3 program, and the reported results keep pointing toward a stronger obesity treatment profile across different populations. Patients should also understand what has not happened yet. Retatrutide has not been approved by the FDA. It is not commercially available. There is no announced price. There is no current coverage status. Full peer-reviewed TRIUMPH-1 data were not identified in the provided research. The responsible conclusion is not that this drug changes everything immediately. The responsible conclusion is that retatrutide may represent the next major step in obesity medication if the full data support the top-line findings and regulators approve it. For patients, the real-world consequences are both promising and unresolved. Stronger average weight loss could mean a more effective option for people living with obesity, especially those who have not reached their health goals with existing medications. It could expand what doctors can offer. It could change expectations around non-surgical treatment. The unresolved issues remain access, affordability, coverage, tolerability, and long-term safety. A powerful medication only matters if patients can use it safely and consistently. That is why this should be understood as a patient access story, not a victory lap for a drug company. TRIUMPH-1 shows that obesity medicine is moving quickly. The science is becoming more powerful. The results are getting closer to thresholds once associated mainly with surgery. The healthcare system around these drugs has not solved the basic patient questions. Who gets covered, who pays, who qualifies, who can stay on treatment long enough to benefit, and who is left out. As of now, retatrutide remains investigational. The strongest verified result is an average 28.3% body weight loss at 80 weeks on the 12 mg dose, with 45.3% of participants reaching at least 30% weight loss. The strongest caution is that these are company-reported top-line results, not yet a complete peer-reviewed picture, and the drug is not yet available to patients. The current reality is that retatrutide may be one of the most important obesity drug developments of 2026, but for everyday people, the story is not complete until clinical results become real-world access. The science may be moving toward more powerful treatment. The patient question is whether the healthcare system will let people reach it.